Let me get comfortable. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Alright, here we go.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, guys. No, for real this time. We have to start from the beginning. This is awful. All right, from the top. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Coffee and Carving Show. Today, I'm joined by my lovely wife. Annalise is her name, and it was good.
It's true.
What just happened? Why did you laugh? Did I say your name funny?
I don't know. Annalise is her name?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And so we're both a little bit under the weather.
Yes.
It's the first thing you should know. So we've got. She was nice enough to bring us some lemon ginger vitamin drink of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna drink that instead of coffee. But we're gonna do it in style. We've got the Coffee and Carving Show mugs equipped with the logo beneath. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not the logo, but the font.
Coffee. Yeah.
Pretty cool that she went through all the trouble of stamping out all the letters.
Right.
Hopefully those of you that got your mugs are enjoying them. I'm sure you are because they're really cool. Anyway, thanks for joining, wife. It's not every once in a while. First of all, this is gonna be rough. The first fact of it being that we're not feeling the best.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a pounding headache. I've got like a sore throat. I'm stuffy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's late. It's
right.
almost bedtime.
Almost. As he looks on his wrist.
Yeah, true. I left my watch somewhere, but anyway, let's see how this stuff tastes, huh? Oh gosh.
Yeah, the apple cider vinegar is rough.
I don't like it.
But I think it's supposed to be good for us.
Oh, it's really bad. You thought I would like this? You said you think I think you'll like this. Well, you were right. I like it.
Oh.
Oh. So, we didn't really have a plan.
No.
And I don't really think it would make sense to have too much of a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Just because then we'd have to adhere to the plan. No one wants that. So
right.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about your wood carving journey for a few moments, because of course the audience, wood carvers they are.
Right.
And you have been wood carving for since about as long as I've known you. No.
Yeah.
Maybe just a few months after we started dating, which was in 2021?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. You took a class with me in...
Wait, is that right?
Wait, it was 2020?
2020.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I think right after COVID we met, yeah.
Wow, yeah, true, I guess, because Asha and Alex were married.
Yeah. So 2020, we met.
Okay. Yeah, so we were married just about 2 years after that. So we've been married now for 7 months. We're newly married. So if you can't tell, we have this amazing, dynamic, entertaining chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And we're very, we're not sarcastic either.
Mm-mm. Never.
So we're actually trying to work on that, I feel like. Or I am particularly.
Yeah, well, both of us.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting better.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. No, I definitely struggle with being sarcastic in our marriage. So I'm learning to just, communicate more clearly what I'm thinking and feeling.
Right.
And this feels good to talk about. Wow. I'm really glad you could be such a good listener. Anyway, I don't think you're supposed to look at the camera, someone said in the last video with Doug and I.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I guess we'll just look at each other.
Why?
I don't know. I guess you're not supposed to acknowledge the camera in an interview as much.
Oh. Because we're just talking.
Yeah, it's you and me.
Yeah.
Who cares about them?
Okay.
Yeah. It feels even weirder though just looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, anyway. So yeah, you took a class with me. Where was it? Nebraska?
Yes. So I think that was actually a year after we were dating. So 2021, I went to Nebraska with you and took one of your carving classes, a week-long carving class at Doan.
Doan, that's right.
Yeah.
Doane. Which, if you're looking for a wood carving event, oh, sorry,
I'm just kidding.
you scared me. I thought something was about to swing down from the ceiling. There, there was. It's a great event. Check it out if you're looking into that sort of thing. what I'm trying to say is it's great. And so yeah, you took the class, and I don't know. It was actually a weird period because I'd just gotten over COVID. The first, go around, and I was still like tired a lot and not feeling great.
Yeah.
So it was kind of rough. I had this like breathing thing that I would do at night.
Oh yeah.
Remember that nebulizer?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was in rough shape, and so, but it was fun. I enjoyed it overall. Like it was cool having you in the class. And
yeah.
Remember your little friends that sat next to you in the class?
Yeah. So the first day I was nervous because Alec couldn't really give me any like instruction because there were other students there that he was focusing on.
They were paid. That was the main issue.
Yes. And so I was nervous that I was just going to do really horrible in the class. But the first day I sat down next to these guys and these older men, and they were so helpful to me of just like explaining different tools and how to cut different places, things like that. So that was really helpful. But then they ended up having to leave the next day. So again, I was like kind of panicked about how I was going to do in this class. But it ended up going well. I enjoyed it. And I actually brought here my carving that I did in the class. So this was we did a tester carving first, like a practice carving.
Yeah, like a warm-up carving, yep.
And then we did our like final project, and I wanted to do a green man. So this ended up being my final project. Is it in focus?
Yeah, hopefully it's not focusing on the faces. Yeah.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that, and I felt proud of how it turned out in the end.
She did a great job, and with remarkably little help. I won't say that she did better than a lot of the people in the class, because that would be rude to the other people in the class. But you and I both know what I'm trying to say here. So it was a lot of fun. You did an amazing job. I was shocked at how well you did. And yeah, it was a good class. We kept pranking the guy who sat next to you. Remember that?
Right, yeah.
Well, actually, we pranked him once by replacing his carving with a blank piece of bark with a smiley face drawn on it.
Yeah.
On day 3 or 4. And he proceeded to get me back by filling the drawer of my toolbox, which is over here on the left, with wood chips from the cleanup, which is honestly hilarious. So, anyway, you've had a chance to do any other carving? I'm trying to think. Yeah, you've done a little bit.
Oh, I did a flower as well.
Yeah. You
helped me carve a flower. And then I tried to do one of your whittles.
Yes.
And
tell them about that.
Yeah.
What to do.
So Alec gave me a piece of wood that was twice as big.
Yeah, it was a square. It was supposed to be a Christmas tree whittle where there's just 3/4 inch or inch thick piece of basswood by whatever 2 by 3, and I gave her like a 2 inch by 2 inch. So It was kind of an in the round type situation, which is a lot more wood removal, and there was no cutout. So
I was just removing wood forever, and then realized that the piece of wood I had was twice as big. And then at that point, by the time you cut my piece in half so that I could do it, I just kind of was over it. So I've never actually done a whittle.
Yeah, so Doug would be really proud of your stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah.
That's what wood carvers need, apparently, he says.
Oh, okay.
Which I agree.
Right.
Yeah, so much for you being a wood carver.
Yikes.
I'm just kidding. No, honestly, I think it was a combination of just too much to remove and not a good rough out. And then, yeah, I mean, sitting there all day, if it's not enjoyable to you, then it's not worth it. But
I like carving on bark more than whittles.
Yeah, and you probably got spoiled too because bark is so soft.
Yeah.
It probably feels hard in the other wood, even the softer wood like basswood. So, but you did a great job with the bark carvings. The flower was super nice. I wish I had that. Honestly, I probably finished it and sold it. I definitely didn't. It's up there somewhere. Should I look for it?
It's okay.
Okay.
I mean, you could, but
that's all right. Yeah. Well, it's up there. Good thing we prepared. But anyway, let's take another sip of our hot Joe.
Oh yeah.
I keep doing it in sync with me. I could get you to do a lot of things right now, couldn't I? All right, so it's a thing on the show that we put our pinkies at the corner of our mouths. What does this mean, by the way?
I don't know.
Does that mean pops? Oof, I don't know. It could have been a terrible euphemism or something, or like it could be a terrible thing. Anyway, actually, hilariously, speaking of green men, just finished a green man in cottonwood bark. I've returned to my roots, or my bark, and I did a little green man. Will it focus? I have to cover her face. No, focus on the carving. Here, wait, will it work now? There it is. Woo! So the point is, this is a little gift for a friend of mine who actually sang in our wedding.
Yeah.
And so all he asked for in return, bless his soul, was wood carving. So I'm going to send him that. Hopefully he likes it a lot. And I like the profile on him. He's got a big schnoz. It's kind of fun. So that being said, you're my wife, so you are adjacent to wood carving in that you have to put up with a wood carver. So what does that look like? I don't know.
Putting up with a wood carver? Yeah. It's fun. I feel I didn't really know much about the wood carving community until until I started getting to know you and we started dating. And so I feel like through that, just learning more about art shows and your classes and things like that, it has been cool just to learn about wood carving and to see even the community that is a part of like the wood carving community has been cool. And so that's been awesome. But cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good answer. I think that passes. Just kidding. Isn't there like an awkward social silence every has been 7 minutes? No, 13 minutes. So that means it should have been 2 already.
Huh?
Awkward silences or lulls in the conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. I'm glad that you've enjoyed getting to becoming familiar with the carving community. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's kind of full of people who are not young, right? So that's an interesting thing is like most of the people I teach, most of the people at the events, the clients, are older people who have more money typically. So it is a really interesting dynamic being the younger guy, right? That's going to fade because age is something that changes. Lord willing, we get older, and that won't really be an interesting point of conversation, which I think is good because I think maybe we put too much emphasis on like being with people who are our age we can relate to. I think it's interesting to be with people who are different ages, younger, older, the same too, but you can learn a lot from older people, and so I've learned a lot through doing this, and hopefully we continue to learn a lot from the people that we run into. But yeah, so Annalise has been a huge help. I wanted to brag on her a little bit. Has been a huge help with graphic design. She's my number one, I have an idea, sanity check, let me run it by you person. So if ever there's a thought that runs through my head that's completely ridiculous or be very valid, she's the one to know about it first. And you're very encouraging and thoughtful about that, so I do appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
And you also are a graphic designer now all of a sudden. How did that come about?
I work at my church as an administrative assistant. And so through that, there are a lot of like slides that I have to work on, PowerPoint slides, things like that. And I realized I just found that stuff really fun. And so have been receiving like more and more opportunities at the church to make like different logos, stuff like that. But then it's also been cool because for you as well, being able to use that to help you. So that's how that.
Yeah, you've been able to
Came
make.
about.
Oh, I should have brought the flyers in, but
Oh yeah.
some of you who are new to the online school will receive these really nice little postcards that Annalise and I will be writing to folks who subscribe. So that's neat.
Yeah.
You designed that, and you've done quite a bit of things for me over the last few months. Just like with Canva, creating these really neat like images and logos with like Procreate and designing them and combining the two.
Yeah.
It's been cool to see someone who's actually good at it do it, because I'm not that great at it, honestly. I don't know. I'm getting better, but I'm just not naturally inclined towards doing that stuff always. So I appreciate the help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's like one thing like you want? I mean, you can even do like the blink for help thing. Like, what's one thing that you didn't expect that you have to deal with being married to a wood carver, or about the wood carving world, or maybe about like being married to a guy who's like artsy fartsy or crafty, whatever you want to say.
Something I didn't expect.
Something you didn't expect. It has to be really nice, though. Did I say that? It has to be like something very positive.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It can be anything.
Yeah. I know. I'm really trying to think about something I didn't expect. I guess.
That you'd become a volunteer employee.
No, I think probably this is kind of different. This is more like the entrepreneur aspect of like you.
Yeah.
Like how much time and effort goes into that. And so I'm sure if I like really had thought about that, I just didn't give it much thought, like to people who are entrepreneurs. And so I think the same, I guess, goes for wood carving, just how much time and dedication goes into even just like the projects you do then. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. So that's been cool. And something I guess that maybe relates to that has motivated me then is this year, which we've talked about, we have, along with two of our friends, have talked about wanting to be producers more than we are consumers. And so we want to like create more than we buy. And so I think you kind of live like that. You do make so much, what like in here, the things that you are sculpting and things like that. But even just in our home, like building your own shop and building your own sauna and doing so many of the repairs in our home yourself, instead of just thinking like, oh, well, I need to hire someone to do blank, I need to buy this at the store or whatever. And I feel like your family is like that as well. Like sewing, I'm gonna sew my clothes, I'm gonna do whatever. Your dad, I'm gonna build my own guitar and stuff like that. Right. And so
which
that
reminds me, well, keep talking.
Yeah. So that has been inspiring to me. And so this upcoming year, that has been something like the two of us decided we are not going to buy any new clothes this next year. Yeah. And if anything, like thrift shop for clothes if we need something, which right. Do we actually need it? I don't know. But true. Yeah. And then just focusing more on making stuff. And so even like the graphic design stuff that you were talking about, like focusing on that, or like got me a sewing machine. My siblings as well, focusing on like sewing.
Wait, back up. They both bought you a sewing machine.
Yeah.
Wait, they both did. Yes, they both bought you a sewing machine, and I also bought you a sewing machine for the same birthday.
So I have 2 sewing machines. I'm doubly loved.
Yeah, and apparently we don't communicate very well.
Right.
Your sisters and I.
Yeah.
As far as well, I think we're probably better now.
Yeah, true.
I don't think that'll happen again.
That was funny.
I would have had all my gifts by them.
Yeah. And also, I want to go back really quick. Tried making sourdough bread, stuff like that.
Oh, COVID type stuff.
Yeah.
Remember when everyone was doing that?
That's true.
Yeah, and it was really pretty good.
It was really dense.
The bread.
I nearly broke a tooth, but
I sincerely loved it.
Yeah.
Put it in the toaster with bread.
And it was gluten free. I think that's part of the reason why. But anyway, yeah. So I think that is something I didn't expect to maybe learn.
Yeah, right. And you probably, when we first met, you were kind of like, yeah, I'm really not going to be like the cook wife. Like, I don't really cook.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know how to cook. I'm willing to. You were like not against that. You were just letting me know.
Yeah.
And then I got pretty lucky because you took a job that required that you cook like more than once a week, like regularly.
Yeah.
For a group of people. It was like just like a little side part of your job, but you still had to do it.
Right.
So speaking of creating things, you're also now a gourmet chef.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That's a skill you wanted to lean on that excuse, didn't you?
Yeah. I would have been fine never saying I cook, but
yeah. Then you had to admit to me on that fateful day on the phone that you've been cooking for the women and you're their favorite cook.
Hilarious.
So you worked for a ministry that was rehabilitating women who have been abused or trafficked or exploited in some way. And so cooking was part of that, and that was also a beautiful culmination of some of your passions, like counseling and working with women. And so that's gone into your education as well, like the decision around your education. You're pursuing your master's in counseling. Yeah. Trauma therapy, right?
Well, eventually I want to do that.
Trauma therapy is what you're moving towards.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, and you're nearly done with the education part of that.
Yeah.
Going into the internship part of that.
Right.
That flew by.
Yeah. 2 years.
Crazy. So very proud of you on that regard.
Thanks.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
So actual important stuff is getting done in a Lacasse household. Not just trivial things. But I guess we shouldn't consider the stuff that we do trivial, any of it, because it's all meaningful if we make it meaningful, right?
Right.
So maybe that's a good takeaway. Is a lot of people don't think of what they do as having significance. And if we all started thinking that way, we'd all kind of be half-heartedly involved in what we do, thinking, oh, it's just, extraneous, extra nonsense.
Yeah.
Whereas it's so easy and clear to see that you have a purpose and a very important, impactful career. Like counseling is such a important, impactful career. And I think that's what's beautiful about it is like you can directly see how you're helping people. Like you're literally counseling people. Whereas sometimes people in the carving world or in the art world or whatever it is, it's harder to see how they're making a difference sometimes.
Right.
You can make somebody happy with something that you make, but that's kind of like fleeting. So finding meaning in what you do, I think, is important. And I think I've been able to do that. It's an ongoing battle, but you have to try to make what you're doing meaningful. You can do that, right? Like we've been able to figure out ways, like through you and I being together, you're a more naturally generous person than I am. I've found in some ways, like in your giving, like financially. So, not with me, of course. You've barely given me anything. But.
I want it in the world.
I have to get the digs in there. No, that's not true, obviously, but I feel like I have to qualify my jokes too, which is lame. I shouldn't have to, but. People could think I'm just really mean. And so, but you've taught me that, and that's part of me feeling like what I'm doing is meaningful is being able to give more, to give back artwork. I've decided that like every art show will do an auction and donate the proceeds to an organization that helps women who have been abused or trafficked or whatever organization we decide. It doesn't have to be that, but anyway, so...
Yeah, that has been cool. of like we each have these passions and seeing now like that we're married, what that looks like coming together and like still having our own passions, but like how does that merge? And so that was really cool. Alec does a collector's party once a year for people who have purchased work in the past and people who are interested in purchasing pieces of his. And so he did a live carving demonstration and then auctioned it off. And then all the proceeds did go to an organization that was working with women who are trafficked. And so that was really cool just to see like how special that can be when two people who are married can like have their passions come together, I guess. And
right. And we are very different people.
Right.
Just in our interests, like especially, you know. Obviously, we're different biologically. But,
right.
but we're also very different people in our like passions and kind of ways that we express ourselves and all this. So it's been kind of cool to see how we're just improving each other through that.
Right.
I'm more generous of a person than I used to be. You know, I'm a better person in general, I think. And so that's cool to see. And it's night and day. I mean, you were a total mess.
Are you sure? You're not speaking about yourself?
Did you just do the right back at you?
No, I'm just thinking about your wedding speech.
My wedding speech? Should we talk about that?
I'm pretty sure it's night and day since you've met me.
Oh my gosh, that's true. Okay, so I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he's not watching this. One of my best men was my brother. He's definitely the shyest person as far as public speaking goes. He couldn't get himself to do a speech. So my buddy Anthony did. I said his name.
Why'd you say his name?
I don't know. No, I can't tell the story. Anyway.
Oh my god.
He was trying to paint he was a very heartfelt. People said they even got teary-eyed over his speech, so it was very meaningful to a lot of people. But the way he kind of presented it was that I was like completely lost and hopeless, and amongst other things. It was interesting.
until he met me.
And he was really trying to build you up, but it actually just ended up making me look like I was some like depraved person. Because he like really emphasized that, like gave details about that were like...
Your dog died, your car broke.
Yeah. He wrote like a country song, basically, in front of everyone. Like, Alec was hopeless, and then you came in, rescued him from the depravity of him. Yeah. Like he was, just as he was about to slit his own wrists,
oh my
you came in, and it's really the way anyway, he's still one of my best friends, and very heartfelt, thoughtful speech, all in all. But that's what you were referring to.
Right. He loves you a lot.
Yeah. And I love him too. He's one of my best buds. People are going to be really upset if I don't talk a little bit more about carving related stuff. And I should just say screw them. But I refuse because I like wood carving stuff. So I want to nerd out on one thing before we go. Can you say screw them on YouTube? Have to. Yeah, so this is the deal, right? I got sent a set of Beavercraft knives from Beavercraft as a thank you for reviewing their... remember this one? I painted it black. This is a little detail knife that I bought on Amazon, right, for $13. And it's great. Oh. It's like amazing. It's as good as any $30 knife I've used. And it's made in Europe. It's Ukrainian. Tempered steel. Nice Scandinavian grind, which is this flat part. It's really wide. Anyway, the point is, I've sold a bunch of these suckers for them. I'm not sponsored by them. I just said, hey, it's a great knife. And I'm sure I've sold a bunch for them, right? So through affiliate links and whatever. So they sent me a bunch of knives And I actually just reviewed them. And this is like their spoon carving kit. So look forward to that coming out on YouTube. It's a surprisingly good kit. This is their, I don't know if they would call this their Sloyd knife. It's 3 inches long. It's kind of cool. I have no use for it. I'm never going to use a Sloyd knife. Maybe I'll be a bushcrafter one day out there in the bush, in the woods. Yeah, that is such a weird term for the woods. Doug uses it, and Canadians use it, I think. I'm just guessing. But anyway, the point is, this is a cool thing to have. Will I use it? I don't know. But the knife set comes with a whole bunch of nice little scooping knives, and here's the original detail. You had to just flinch to try and hit you. Scoop knives and detail knives. And so far, I've put them through some kind of paces, some brief paces, not anything too intense, but whoa, really good stuff. So yeah, I still have not run into any major issues with Beavercraft, except that maybe I wish that their bevels were a little longer, right? Because you can see, I don't know if you can see that here, but the bevel is a little bit short. It needs to, yeah, there it is. Now you can see it. I wish it was a full Scandi grind, or at least closer to it, like they do with their detail knives. Maybe that would compromise the strength of the blade. Maybe that's uncommon. I don't know. But that being said, all in all, good stuff. So anyway, look forward to that video. I don't know. I just thought I'd mention it. It's news, important news, updates. The book is coming along too. I should probably talk about that, I guess. I finished the first project for that. Did I already show this? I think I did with Doug. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, here's that. I have to cover her. The camera prefers her, and I understand why. I do too. So anyway, that's it. I mean, there's been a few other things going on in the shop, but without going on and boring you guys anymore, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, there's this little lady as well. I posted her on YouTube as a short, but Annalise is my my muse, right? A lot of people make jokes about the fact that a lot of my recent female carvings look like her. Well, that's because they do. It's because she's posing for a lot of them. Will it focus? Let's play Will It Focus. There. I don't think so. I don't think it's focusing. It really likes my arm. Anyway, yeah, there it is. It's kind of focusing. So I do like to use Annalise as a model because, first of all, you're a cheap model.
True.
No, obviously you're beautiful. That's why, it's why I keep you around. But yeah, I've been, well, a lot of times I'll start with a picture or a reference because you're not around with every carving. And then if you come in, I'll sneak a little posing time, and it makes such a big difference to the carving. So you'll see a lot of these carvings will have like influence by Annalise. But the reason they're not more identically or close to looking like her is because of that. I'm usually starting with another picture.
Right.
And portraits take a long time. So if I tried to make you look exactly like the carving, I'd spend an extra probably like 12 hours or something on it. That'd be cool though. I should do one to like a real likeness.
Yeah. Yeah,
that'd be neat. Look forward to that. But thanks for being my wood carving model also. Yes. Yeah, my muse.
You're welcome.
Doug left the house saying that he's got his very own Annalise because he thought that I influenced his carving to be like you, which I wouldn't doubt.
Right.
So,
that's funny.
Yeah. But anyway, that's that. So, anything else you'd like to say to the good people?
Nope.
Thanks for being on. I think we're giving them too much time. I think we're just supposed to talk to each other. Oh. Yeah, let's redo it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do appreciate you hanging out with us, though. With me. With us. Yeah. Me and my other personalities. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing else you want to say?
Nothing else. Cheers.
Cheers. To love. To life. To the coffee and carving show. Yeah. Mugs that my mom made. I almost choked. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah. Take your vitamins. Thanks.